Welcome everyone back to the Average Asian Boys podcast. My name is John.
My name is Ray.
So Ray, you told me you have a new air fryer.
Yes, indeed, my friend. So I, of course, am a single bachelor, right?
Yes.
You're a single bachelor. I'm a single bachelor, and I guess
I'm already confused where this is going. But okay.
And we cook at home. Do you enjoy cooking?
It's okay.
It's all right.
Yeah.
I've been to your place before. We've experimented a few things with cooking and everything, right?
It's kind of fun when you're trying something new.
Yeah,
I guess.
That's right. And so usually, I don't know about you, but before when I lived in residence, when I was a residence advisor, or when I'm home alone, I try to go for the quick meal. Okay.
Yes.
So, which is why immediately when I moved into my apartment, I bought the Instant Pot. Okay, Instant Pot, one of the greatest culinary inventions of our time. Okay, beautiful thing. Highly recommend. Still, you should get one. Second, because it cuts everything in half in time.
The Instant Pot.
Yes, the Instant
Yes.
Pot. Now, one of the things that you know about me for sure is my love for chicken wings. I love chicken wings.
Chicken wings are great.
It's amazing. And the ones that I'm not a picky person, especially when it comes to food. Well, I enjoy my food. I enjoy eating good stuff. But when it comes down to it, I'm down to microwave some pizza or something like that, And so, store-bought chicken wings, get that. And then I usually put it in the toaster oven or whatever, and I bake them. And they're good. They're decent. Now, introducing the air fryer. My word. The air fryer, everybody's been raving about it, especially during the pandemic.
This is the next level.
Oh, next level. First off, cuts your oven time in half, basically.
Just like the Instant Pot.
Just like the Instant Pot.
Okay,
And then
so it's got the same speed as the Instant Pot.
That's right. And it makes everything crispier. So when I put the wings into the air fryer, and then it's super loud. It sounds like an air engine. It sounds like
An airplane engine.
Yep, that's right. Yeah, that's right. I don't know. I'm saying air everything now, but air. Yeah, it's exactly. It sounds like an airplane engine. It sounds like we're ready to take off. I haven't heard that sound in a while now, but it sounds like we're ready to take off because you just press it and it goes like.
And ladies and gentlemen, please strap on your seatbelts as we prepare for takeoff.
That's right. And then, as the captain's, turning on, we're experiencing certain turbulence here. And then it's so loud. But then when it comes out, the chicken wings, I didn't add anything to it as, use air. So you don't need to add any oil or anything. And it's just, I can't believe it's the same wings that I normally eat.
Yes.
I normally eat from the same box of frozen chicken wings. It's fantastic.
The result is just like night and day.
Oh my gosh, night and day. I feel like I can't eat wings any other way anymore,
Yeah.
It's so good. And it just makes everything good. It makes reheating everything tasty too. The other day, I had some chicken wings. My mom made me some chicken wings.
Nice.
Marinated ones, like the legit kind at home.
Yeah. Home cooked, lovingly made.
That's right. And then you know what? I threw them into the air fryer.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you threw them away.
No.
Because they didn't compare to the air fryer chicken wings.
No.
I thought that's where this was going.
They're marinated. They're frozen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no. Yeah, just because they were baked from my mom. No. Yeah. They were uncooked. And then they're marinated. I cooked them in the air fryer. My goodness. Now, I'm still trying to get the timing right, so they're a little charred when I took them out.
Okay.
But it still tastes amazing. It's crispy, and that's the whole point.
Got a touch of char.
That's right. Recently, I ate some Church's chicken. You can see there's a little bit of a theme here. I love my chicken.
Yes.
Ate some fried chicken.
Yes.
And then the next day, I'm like, okay, still got some fried chicken in the fridge. So I took it out, and I put it in the air fryer. And then I turned it on, and it came out just the same. It tastes like the same day I bought it. Same day I ordered. Yeah, it's amazing.
Okay, now you have me intrigued.
Yeah.
The fact that you can stretch Church's chicken up to a day longer.
Oh yes.
Now you speak my language.
That's right. Yeah, and it tastes just as crispy. Sometimes some of you even say it's even crispier.
Wow. Okay. Is there a particular brand that you use, or do you think you just any air fryer off the shelf?
I went on Amazon and I got it. And just like every Amazon item, you just find the one with the most reviews, with the most stars.
Right.
And the Amazon recommended buyer's guide or whatever.
So you don't remember the brand?
It's Kurosi starts with a C.
Yeah.
Again, we're not.
Well, now we just lost the opportunity to get a sponsorship with an air fryer because you can't remember the brand of the air fryer that you just raved about. My goodness.
I'm sorry, John, but just so you know, it's not an ad or anything. I didn't, we're not sponsored, but it's Kurosi.
And now we never will be. I'll never get that free air fryer. Thanks a lot, Raymond.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Gosh. But do get one though.
Okay.
Yeah. How about you? How are you doing?
Well, actually, I wanted to go back to your point.
Yes.
That you made earlier about it when you asked me if I was single or a single bachelor.
Oh yeah.
What did that have to do with the air fryer? I'm still confused.
I was just thinking, we all gotta make our own meals. We can't rely on our parents to make our own meals or anything. I'm just
okay.
Thinking,
but if you live with roommates or if you're a couple, you can still use an air fryer.
Oh yeah, for sure. But I'm just saying that we gotta fend for ourselves when we're single bachelors.
Yeah, out here in the Wild West, the lawless Wild West.
We don't have anybody because I know that I know that you're starting out. You're just figuring out how to cook. Like recently, John just showed me him flipping eggs for the very first time. So that was...
I mean, they flipped.
Yeah, they did flip. They flipped.
I don't know what more you want from me.
Sometimes you overflip, sometimes you underflip.
I told you I was going to flip the eggs, and they flipped.
That's right. One time it flipped into the stove.
Yes.
And then the second time...
But the important part was they flipped.
Second time you overflipped it.
Yeah.
And
it did a double flip.
Like nothing happened.
Yeah.
like you're going for... You're skateboarding, you're trying to do a 360 shove it. You want to go for... I want 80
and you end up doing the 900 instead.
Oh, yeah. Okay, well, I'd much rather do the 900. Shout out to Tony Hawk.
Shout out to Tony Hawk. Pro skater.
Yeah, that's right.
Great game series.
Great game.
Yeah.
Amazing game. Anyways, speaking of a single bachelor, you are single.
I mean, yes, we're both still single last time I checked.
Right. Oh, gosh. I mean, not too sad about that. Obviously, not too bummed out about that, But
life.
The question is, are you single and looking?
Yes, I am single and looking.
You are single and looking.
Yes.
Am I single and looking? Yes, I am. But I'm not looking very hard.
No, I would say you're single and not looking.
Okay.
Because you haven't looked at all.
Hold on a second. I'm sorry. Just because I don't partake in the dating apps, that doesn't mean I'm not going to fall in love if I go out there in the street and I see a lovely young woman across
Have you been going out in the streets?
The park feeding some birds.
Have you been going out in the streets? Like, explain to me what part of the looking have you been doing?
Just because I don't go out on the street, that doesn't mean I can't watch a movie.
You're looking out the window? Is that what you're doing?
That's true. Yeah, I'm not bumping into neighbors as I'm throwing out the garbage out the garbage chute.
Yeah, the most romantic place to meet someone. The garbage chute.
Yeah, and
I'm waiting to meet someone there too.
I'm still waiting too. Like I'm waiting. I can imagine a scenario where we both about to get to the garbage chute, but then of course with COVID,
you both reach for the same chute, right?
Usually,
and then your hands touch.
Well, during COVID times, you usually shouldn't be in the same garbage chute room in the first place. Yes. So I would let her go in first,
like a gentleman.
Oh well, yeah. And then I wait for her to come out, and then I smile at her. And then she smiles back.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Even through the masks, you can't see. You can't see the time, but the eyes will smile.
Just sounds like a Korean drama right there.
Yeah, that's right. And then I'll be like, well, nice garbage.
Wow, damn, you got your A game on.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And then they'll be like, you too. And they'll be like, did you know? Like, I don't know, I'll throw like a fun fact about garbage or something. And then we'll have like a nice conversation, like a nice back and forth.
Do you have a fun fact about garbage?
Do you know that there's still a garbage issue around the world, and we're trying to find out ways to get rid of it?
What? Wow, I did not know that.
There you go. That's why you should compost, everyone.
Thank you for letting me know that. I'm now a much more knowledgeable person.
Like, what should we do? Should we incinerate it? Should we shoot it out into space? Like, what are we gonna do? Right?
Yeah, that's what SpaceX is all about, right? Shooting garbage into space.
Yeah, that's what happened to WALL-E. They shot all that garbage out, and then it created like a ring. And then WALL-E's just there.
And that's how Saturn was formed.
Yeah. WALL-E's still down there, like still compacting garbage.
Oh my god.
And then still shoving them into gigantic cubes.
Okay, right? Cool. So, well, while you are looking for your next special someone in the garbage chute, I'm looking in a world of dating apps for my next special someone.
Yeah.
We'll tune in to see who finds tune in to see who's more successful.
Well, okay, nothing against dating apps, by the way. It's just like, I don't know. For me, it's just I hate the idea of writing a profile. You know, I hate.
Oh yeah, me too. Absolutely, it's my
I
least
hate-
favorite part.
Like I already hate doing resumes, and that's just like professional. You know, there's not much you can be creative about. You know, like you list down your job description, and then you list out the tasks that you have, and you try to shape it in a nice way, right? But then
Yes.
in dating profiles, you got to be creative. Then you got to think about the pictures.
But isn't that what you want? Because you're saying that what you don't like about resumes is that you don't get to be creative.
Oh no, it's the idea of selling yourself. I just don't like that idea. That whole idea of selling yourself.
Oh yeah, same here. I'm terrible at selling myself.
I wish we can just
If anything, I undersell myself.
Yeah,
all
you
the
do.
time.
You do undersell yourself. And then and then just the idea, I think it's just the idea of just you know, submitting your application and then just waiting whether or not they would swipe left or right on you.
Well, you're not
know what I
waiting.
mean?
You have to go and
Oh yeah,
try
yeah.
to swipe with someone
yeah.
too.
Then you gotta do the chatting thing, and then apparently I heard
The worst.
Yeah,
the
right?
worst.
Yeah, apparently I heard you can't start with a hi. Apparently that's not good because hi is too boring. You gotta come in with like a very clever line, which I get. I understand. Because if somebody just says hi, it's just like what do you say hi back, and then like what do you do, right? And then I get how that's boring.
Yeah.
But oh man,
Yeah.
I'm just
no,
not.
I
good
don't.
at that.
I don't got no clever lines
I'm
either.
not-
for
really?
Sure.
You also say hi? You're a hi guy?
No, I tried to reference something on the profile to show that I've read it.
Ah,
Yeah.
I should probably do that back then.
What-
I mean, I was hoping that conversation would come in later. Be like, hello, hi, how are you? Great, awesome. And then I'd be like,
I mean, honestly, like the first thing I write is usually like, "Hey, it's nice to meet you,"
Oh,
and
okay.
I address their name, and then I say something that's interesting about the profile.
okay,
Yeah.
all right, that's pretty good.
Unless like their profile sucks and I got nothing, and it's
Then you
just,
shoot out the garbage fact.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Did you know that there are garbage problems around the world?
Yeah, that's right.
10 out
That's
of 10. Bang
10
it.
out of 10. And
10
then
out of 10 will message back.
They will definitely message back.
Exactly. So if you have trouble getting ladies to respond to you
Yeah.
on Tinder,
Yeah.
send them a fun
Well, you can
garbage
always
fact.
you can always kind of frame it in the dating context, right? Like you can say like, "Hey, I have a fun fact to you about garbage," and then you can
Is
be
that
like,
the first sentence?
"Yeah," and then you can just say, "There's a lot of trash out there, but I'm not one of them." Oh my gosh,
That's so bad.
Big praise.
That is so bad.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
300 charm right there. Oh my god. Wow.
If one of our 5 viewers out there wants to test that theory out for us,
So
please
good.
let us know and comment down below.
Good. This is why I don't need dating apps.
What? That doesn't make sense. You've got the lines for the dating apps, and you're not on them. It's the opposite. You should be on the dating apps so you can spread the fun facts about trash.
Yeah, sure. Let's. But the thing is, that's the thing. That's difficult for me. I think it's like just getting into that chat itself. You know, I need to get past that barrier. You know,
Yeah, it's definitely it's practice
because
and patience.
average
and
Asian boys
experience.
like us, it's a little bit difficult to, you know, just. We gotta be charming. You know, we gotta be able to be.
Well, you got to be interesting
and interesting
over text,
over text. Yeah,
which is very difficult.
that is true.
Very, very difficult.
Show up all that charm through text, boy.
Yeah.
So maybe I shouldn't say hi next time then.
Probably not. No.
No, probably not.
No. But the garbage fact might work better.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Yeah. There we
You know,
go.
just be like, we're not trash. If that's what you're looking for, right? You're looking for
We're not trash. Yes.
And that's me.
Yeah. Boom. There we go.
There you
That's
go.
that's like a filter on Tinder right
That's
there.
right.
Trash or not trash.
Not trash. Yeah, that's right. Not trash. Another person's trash is another person's treasure. Boom, that's another trash related.
Well, that's
my
that's one sentence on a bio right there.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Damn.
Oh.
And then you can take pictures of yourself next to trash cans.
I just thought of this, and then I'd be like, not trash.
Yeah.
That's
with a big cross. You know?
yeah.
Or
It's just
it'll be a trash can with a big cross.
be the next
Yeah.
thing.
And then
Wow.
you can change your. I think on certain apps you can change your name as well. So you just write not trash.
Oh.
First name not, second name trash. Boom! That's a winner right there.
It's a winner. My
Damn.
gosh. My goodness.
Feel free to take our ideas.
Yeah,
man.
please.
Guaranteed.
Please. It's free.
Guaranteed to work out.
It's what we call free money in your pocket. You know?
Yeah, just like going to the casino.
It's like going to the casino, but we're not talking about that today. No, John, we're not. We're talking about a different kind of addiction, and that is the addiction to love.
Yes. yes, it is.
That's right.
Question mark?
That's right. That's right. We're not talking about gambling with money. We're talking about gambling with our feelings. Oh my goodness. I am on top of my game today.
Yeah, if only you had said that first. Instead of being addicted to love.
Okay. Well,
that would have been like a much better
It's a work in progress. It's working. We can just edit that out later and just make me sound like I just came up with this one.
Okay, yeah, good idea.
All right, great. So John, tell me, as an avid date app user, how is your experience so far? How long have you been on the app, or am I just outing you and like how long you've been single? But just tell me about your dating experience.
My dating experience as an average Asian.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like we've talked about this all the time. But
have we? But we know this is on for our audience who haven't heard.
Oh, I see. The new listeners.
Yes, the new listeners that we have.
Well, dating during a pandemic is not easy and it's not fun.
No way.
No.
No way. No.
Yep, that's. I mean, that's. I don't know what else. I
That's
don't know.
all you got. Not fun.
That's all I got.
You don't think that? Do you think that there are? Do you feel that? Because I know you've been using the dating app before the pandemic.
Yes.
Right. And you've been using apps kind of during the pandemic.
Yes.
Do you feel that there has been a shift or change? Do you feel like you've gotten more connections or more matches than before, or do you think before there's more matches?
It's hard to say because I've gotten more matches during the pandemic, but it's also because I became more experienced on using the app as well.
Okay.
And I made I improved my profile so it's not like hot garbage. And so people actually...
Hot trash.
So it's not hot trash anymore. Hot, not trash.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I made it better, so that might have led to more people matching as well. It's hard to say. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I think there's definitely more people online nowadays, though.
Because it's like a cuffing year, pretty much.
It's a cuffing year, and people are bored and can't meet a bunch of other people outside.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have you been on like dates and everything back then? I know we're experiencing lockdown right now, but before the whole like strict lockdown, have you tried going on dates and like social distance dates and stuff?
I did go on a couple dates before the strict lockdown.
Virtual dates as well?
Yeah. I've been on more actual dates than virtual dates.
Okay.
Yeah, virtual dates just aren't very fun.
Yeah.
Not the most exciting thing in the world. I'd
Right.
much rather meet someone in person.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was during summertime though, so it was actually nice and warm, and you can go outside and do social distance activities.
Yeah.
Go to the park, go to the garden, walk around, enjoy the day outside.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it's cold, it's raining all the time, it sucks.
And we have a strict lockdown.
Yeah, so it's very hard now.
Yeah, I
it's
can
very
tell.
hard
I
nowadays.
mean, I get it. I get that.
Yeah.
So, but are you still having fun in terms of, I'm sure you're still having fun in just meeting people and getting to know and finding that one person that makes you feel things, butterflies in your...
I actually really enjoy meeting people of all sorts.
Yeah.
And so I've definitely been enjoying that experience, just meeting someone new, finding out the story, and seeing like all sorts of different type of people as well.
Any sort of disastrous dates you've had so far?
Not a disastrous date, but I had a really disastrous start to a date, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We went for dinner, and I was just drinking a glass of water, and then I choked on a glass of water. What do you do when you choke on a glass of water? You start coughing really, really hard.
Gosh. Oh,
So
my
in the
God.
middle of a restaurant, you just hear me go,
During the pandemic?
yeah, right in the pandemic. I don't know how that date lasted 4 hours, but it did. It lasted 4 hours,
You get
but
a lot of looks in the restaurant too?
I don't know. I probably did. I'm just glad they didn't kick me out. and I couldn't even say it. I was like, it's just water. It's just water. Yeah, fucking disastrous. Right? Somehow that date lasted 4 hours long.
Fair enough.
I mean, I never saw her again afterwards. Though,
Okay,
but
that's-
I don't know if because of that or it was something else.
That's fair. Because yeah, I see that too. Like normally in when I'm out there, like if I feel cough coming on, I just need to, use every inch of everything in my power to suppress that cough,
Yeah.
or like have like an internal cough, or like
Maybe,
maybe like
the internal cough. Like,
you're better off transforming that cough into a fart.
Yes.
Than like
if I could, I would have farted. I would have let out a big fart instead.
Yeah, that would have been
If I had the option.
so much better.
I agree.
Than coughing.
I agree.
My word.
Yeah. Fucking terrible start to the date. There.
That's right. Well, at least.
But the rest of it went fine, I guess.
Yeah. Oh boy, and that was just right at the beginning.
Right at the beginning, we sat down for dinner. Food hasn't even come out yet. We haven't even ordered anything. They bought the water out. Boom. Screwed up already.
Oh, that's pretty funny.
That's
Oh,
yeah.
that's hilarious.
I know.
Oh my god.
What can I say? I'm really pro
Yeah. That's right.
gator right here.
So can you, so okay, all right. So you've done those dates and everything, and what I kind of want to talk about is, of course, just like how. What I kind of want to talk about today is a little bit more about, reading signals, reading kind of body language during those dates, and then how you'll know when a date isn't going so well,
Right.
or how you can tell whether or not, you know that a date isn't work. Now I know before we begin, John, you have a very unique system. It's called John's two date system. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, is it a system?
I mean,
you make it sound like it's specific to me.
I mean,
I'm sure there's other people.
I'm sure there's other people, but it's just
feel
like,
the same, similar. To
I don't
me,
know.
who are on board with this.
I have
kind.
another word for it, but please explain it.
Sure.
Yes.
I mean, the 2-date system is very self-explanatory. I try to go on a second date usually with someone, even if I'm maybe not feeling it on the first date.
Yeah.
Unless like the first date was a complete disaster, like
Really?
they burned down my house or something.
Okay.
That's
that's an extreme though.
It's an extreme.
That's not even like.
But if on a first date, we got along okay, but didn't really feel anything. I'll still try to go on a second date just to, kind of see if there was anything more to that, because sometimes I think people have bad days or they have off days, and maybe they just didn't have their game face on that day. Or sometimes if you're like me, you choke on water on the first 5 minutes. So I would like to think that people want to give me a second chance, and I try to give other people a second chance as well.
Right. I guess so. But even if you don't feel like you have that connection on the first date.
Yes.
And you don't feel like because burning your house down, that's a huge extreme.
Yeah,
I mean, that's not a bad first date.
That's arson, right?
That's a felony.
Exactly.
You gotta call the police for that.
Yeah, exactly.
You gotta call the authorities. Sorry, and the firefighters. But okay, but what you're saying is that even though let's say the date was really boring, like she has nothing to contribute, she didn't talk at all, or she like barely talked, she doesn't seem that interested, you still would want to go for a second date.
Yeah, I'd still ask her out on a second date. I mean, if she really wasn't that interested, she would just say no.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
Another alternative title would, for me, that I thought was just a waste of everyone's time.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, right? It's something that both parties agree to.
Fair.
So
Fair enough. If both parties agree.
If that other person agrees to go on a second date, then she probably
Fair.
Then she was interested enough.
You know what? The way that you word it now, I guess I mean, we could all use a second chance at things. That's for sure.
I think so. That's just me personally. I really believe
in
giving things a second chance.
I actually realized that because I do have a friend, I think they're together for quite some time now. I think more than 4 or 5 years now. And she told me, I remember the very first day he arrived drunk.
Okay.
So he
sounds
was
like something
already,
I would do. Okay.
Yeah. So it already really wasn't going well, like drunk and high, I think, or something like that. Yeah.
That's a pretty lit combination.
So yeah, I don't think it really went well. And then I believe they went on a second date and he was a lot better. And I mean, now they're together for 5 years. So.
Oh, wow. That's not
guess
bad for showing up
You're starting to
drunk and high.
Yeah, you know what? I don't know what I was thinking back then when we first talked about this, but maybe I think the pandemic has changed me a little bit. I think I'm a changed man in terms.
You're a
of
changed
that.
man?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I think so too. Second chances are worth it for sure.
Oh, really?
For sure.
So
I
did the
think so.
pandemic convince you to give people a second chance, or did I
think
just
so.
convince you to
I think
kind of
the
give people a second chance?
pandemic has really grown me.
You like expanded your horizons.
I felt like I've grown 5 years, like 5 years older than I was during the pandemic. Yeah,
I see.
Physically and mentally.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Good to
right.
know.
That's right. Okay, so yeah, so we want to talk about So what I wanted to talk about, of course, is just like signs and like, how do you know when a date's not going well, or what are you looking for in a first date to see if there's a connection? And I know that I remember when we talked previously about different dates, and you don't really feel that connection. Like, what are you looking for? Is it something that you really can't put words to?
I think it's kind of hard because a lot of like the specific signs, it's not like I've got like a checklist on the side. It's like, all right, she's looking at me. Yes, she's got like an open posture. I'm not looking specifically for this. I guess I'm more of, and I go more by like an intuition. So I can just kind of feel if the conversation is going well, or if she's interested in wanting to spend time at the same place as me, or if the date is just going horribly.
Okay.
So I guess I kind of go by feelings. I know there's like specific things you can look for, right? Like if she's eye contact, or if her body posture is like open versus like arms crossed and like closed off, not feeling very receptive.
Yeah.
And I think another good sign is if the conversation is flowing and going well. And I think a lot of people out there are like, oh man, if there is an awkward silence, then that's a bad sign. Yeah. I don't think it's a bad sign at all. I think awkward silences are just natural, not part of a conversation. It just happens, And I think it's okay if you're both comfortable with being silent. I think that's actually a good sign.
That is good.
Just sitting around, being silent with each other, not expecting each other to try to carry on a conversation.
Yeah, that is true. Just being silent and just looking into each other's eyes, that can be somewhat romantic as well.
Sometimes, yeah.
That's right. Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, I mean, like, I don't really have much more to say about what are the good signs or not. It just goes by feel, I guess.
Okay. All right. And then, so have you ever encountered any situations where you feel like, have you ever been surprised where you feel like the date wasn't going so well, and then it turned out to be pretty good? Like they actually wanted to have a second date?
No, I don't think so.
So normally your gut's pretty good then, in terms of, that like, they're not really being receptive, and then that, okay, this is not going to work.
Well, I feel like my gut is good in the moment. Like if a date is just going really, really bad, then I feel I would have the awareness to just be like, look, I don't think this date is going well. We should just end early tonight. Mm-hmm. So in a moment, I think I would have a good feel of that. But what happens afterwards, I have no idea. And I feel like I've been wrong. I'm wrong often as well, I feel, because sometimes I think the date goes well, and then I never hear from them again.
Some people are just really good minglers, Some people are really good at chatting people up, even though
maybe. And I think that's fine if we had a good time just chatting with each other. I think that's fine too, because at the end we had fun. We had a good time,
right?
And I think that's what really matters. Because if you had fun, then can you really say it was a waste of time?
No,
I don't think so personally.
Yeah.
So that person might not be the one for you, but I don't think, at the very least, it wasn't a waste of time. That's how I view it. That's how I think about it.
Do you usually get the message? Do you usually get a text message from that person that says like, hey, I had fun, but I don't think it'll work out? Or do you usually get ghosted?
Well, I'm usually the one that messages after the date.
Oh, so really?
So I'll be like, hey, thank you for, going out with me tonight. I had a great time and I would love to see you again.
Okay.
Something like that. And then so they'll either say it's not going to work out, or they'll actually, no, hold on a sec. No, I don't think I've ever gotten Okay, no, I'm confusing myself. Sorry. Cut that part. Anyways, yeah, they'll tell me that it's not going to work out, or I get ghosted, or I might see them again.
Right.
Yeah, one
okay.
of
So
those.
those are the options, but which one happens more often?
I'm not sure. It's not like I'm not like keeping like a stat tracker.
Damn, how
or
many dates have
anything.
you been on? Damn, John, you look at you.
What?
Look at you. It
What
just
are you
sounds
talking-
like
you
it
make
just
it
sounds
sound.
like-
What? You make it sound
I
like
don't know. I don't know. Just
You're like, oh, how? Like, what are the percentages? I'm like,
I didn't
that-
ever
that
ask for
you're-
percentages. I was just thinking, like, you know, I thought you could give me like a ballpark number, but then you're just like, I don't know. I don't keep tally. I'm like, holy crap, this guy is oh my gosh, Don John of dating. Damn, like, hold the head honcho.
No, I'm just not really thinking about like what the end results are. I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I'm still single, so obviously,
I think it's because you choose to be from the sounds of it.
choose me. Excuse me. Excuse you.
I feel like you have the options. No, but like I know that you know, I one thing that I definitely admire and I respect about you is that like when you know that like you really aren't feeling it, you're not trying to push for anything else, you just want to, you know, like you're pretty honest and you're pretty in touch with how you feel about somebody. You know, you don't lead them on. That's what, because I remember hearing a couple stories from you. You talk about how like you're not really feeling it with this person, and so you straight up, you know, you tell them after your second date, obviously.
Yeah. After the second date.
Yeah, after the second
It's like,
date.
all right, let's not like still nothing going on. Let's not waste their time.
Yeah, you're not leading them on. You're not like trying to get something out of them, and then
Yeah, I think I'm pretty like I'm pretty good about respecting other people's time. Aside from like the second date thing, you know, some people might argue that is a waste of time, I guess.
yeah.
But aside from that, I feel like I'm pretty good about respecting other people's time because I don't want to waste their time.
Because other stories I hear aren't the same, obviously, that I hear from other people. But
Sure.
but
But anyways, so to go back to my previous point, so sometimes I do think there are times when I thought the date went pretty well,
yeah,
but then I end up getting ghosted. I never hear back from them again.
yes,
Yes. So actually, I got a fun fact for you.
all right,
So every time at the end of the date that a girl has initiated a hug with me to end things off, I never hear back from them again. Like, you would think that's a good sign. You would think that's a good sign, right? Like, oh, you know, we had a good time. You know, let's hug it out. Maybe let's see each other again. No, ghosted. Never hear from them again. See you later. I think I am 0 for 3 now. When somebody hugs
my
me,
gosh.
I will never see them again.
yeah. So maybe
So
you're like the good luck Chuck of hugs.
So next time I like someone, I'm like, no, please do not hug me, please. Social distance.
Social distance. Don't please just immediately cross.
Yeah.
Cross on the hugs.
No hugs, no
Oh
trash,
my
no
God.
hugs.
Yeah. Especially if you really, really like that girl. You're just
Exactly.
like, okay, just keep the maximum amount of distance from her as possible. Please don't hug me.
That's right. 10-foot pole.
Gosh.
10-foot pole separation.
Imagine if they came in for a kiss. That's even worse.
Oh man, I don't know what I'd do.
I don't know.
You might as well just dump me on the spot.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Damn.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I actually don't know what I would do if like somebody tried to like kiss me on a first date, because that's just not ingrained, I guess, in my culture.
Yeah.
Right? We don't usually kiss people on a first date. I don't think so.
I mean, well, it's personal
like-
preference, I guess, but
I mean, if you try to like first date kiss someone who is really not into that, that is just like,
oh yeah,
not gonna
no,
end well.
That's terrible. But you can always just ask, right?
No,
Yes, you can.
you can't ask someone if you can kiss them.
Yes, you can.
I don't think
Of course
so.
you can. It's called consent, John. You can just ask them.
No. I understand. Like, and obviously, consent is very important.
Very important.
But-
yeah.
Okay, but let me explain my point. Okay.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Like, as
right.
a guy, I feel like there are just some unwritten rules in that you can't ask people, you can't ask the other person about something, because then it just,
What do you think
it just,
quote unquote kill the mood?
yes,
No, it won't.
exactly. It just kills the mood.
No, I don't think so. I actually disagree on that.
I don't know. I just don't think you ever ask someone if you can kiss them and it turns out well.
Yes,
I just
it
don't-
did for me. It actually did for me.
Yeah,
it did. Well, with my
There you go. There's a man who cares about consent right
Oh my
there, man.
gosh.
His name is Ray, and he is a single man
Yeah,
who
yeah,
likes
yeah.
to talk about trash.
Great, yeah, and I'm single, so obviously this is the beacon of advice right here. No, but actually though, I think it's pretty endearing. Think about that. If I feel like a majority of at least straight guys, I think that's their kind of mindset, that they're thinking that it's kind of like an unwritten rule. But think about that. Think about girls probably get that. Like maybe they get that all the time from people who just think that, oh, this is the mood, this is the right timing. You just go in for the kiss. I mean, I've seen dramas, I've seen the movies. Nobody ever asks that, Nobody ever asks for, can I kiss you? But imagine if somebody actually did that. Somebody was just like, hey, I really like you, and I was wondering if I can kiss you. And first off, I guess that would be more on the kind of the lower. She probably might not get that often. And I think she'll appreciate that you asked her for that. And then she may even say yes.
Well, I will say, as a guy who sucks at reading signals, in an ideal world,
Same
this
here.
is
Same
in
here.
an ideal world, this would be what happens. Because I need the neon sign, it's like, yes, go ahead and kiss me, that would help me out so much.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, that would help everybody out so much. I
Yes.
mean, if only we all had neon signs that
know.
shows our feelings
I know, right?
on top of us.
Oh, man.
But I don't know if a lot of guys, I don't know if
Lonely.
a lot of girls want to see any feelings from guys in terms of what they what they want to do. I don't think it's
Hump me. Hump me.
I want hump you.
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, that's
no,
not
no,
gonna
that doesn't work.
not
It doesn't
gonna
work.
work.
That's not gonna work.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
it'll be
I feel
cute.
I feel like you just have to be able to read the situation and go for it if appropriate. I feel like that's how it's got to be. Maybe I'm old fashioned. I don't know, but
I think it'll be really. I don't know. I think they'd appreciate.
if one
that.
of our 5 viewers out there happens to be a female, please comment down below and let us know what you think about this issue.
Yeah.
Because we would really like to know.
Yeah, we would.
Yes.
I honestly think that's cute, and I think that she'll respect that. I think that, and it also sounds like you know what you want. Don't they say that people like to know what they want? And then right now,
They want a person who knows what.
Yeah, they want a person who knows what they want, right? And they see
Yes.
that, and right now, I am a person, and right now, what do I want? I want to kiss you. So can I kiss you? And
Right.
she'll be like, I mean, worst thing she can say is no, right?
Sure.
I don't think she'll be like, I don't think, honestly, if a girl wants to kiss the guy, okay, and then the guy asks her, and then, what is she going to say? She won't say no because oh my God, he asked me. How dare he? I really wanted to kiss him.
Yeah.
But he asked me, and now I'm like, no. That's not going to happen.
I don't know. I feel like if a girl really wants to kiss a guy, they make it as obvious as possible without verbally saying it. I feel like that's just how. I feel like that's just what happens.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, perhaps. I mean, yeah. Isn't it crazy? But yeah, because nobody wants to really say what they want, right? Isn't it crazy? Wouldn't life be a lot simpler when we all just say what we want?
I agree.
Yeah, right?
Hump me. Hump me.
Oh my God. Okay. Yeah, but
This episode is definitely not getting sponsored.
make the first, I mean, I don't know, just if you make the first move, they would appreciate that. If somebody makes the first move and communicate what they want. And granted, I say all this.
By making the first move, you go in for the kiss, right? That is the first
How
move.
about just say, can I kiss you? Isn't that also a first move?
I mean,
too?
I guess so.
Yeah, and then and then all she needs to say is yes or no, instead of having that experience of you pushing your lips near theirs, and they'd be like, "Oh God, dodge!"
Yeah.
I think she would appreciate the yes or no experience more than my guy don't even tried to
Right.
slobber on me. I think that's a better experience for
Yeah.
people.
I mean, I would honestly love to know what other people think about.
Yeah,
this, 'cause
I
clearly
agree.
we're not experts.
Yeah, no, clearly.
in this.
Yeah.
We're just average Asians.
That is true.
We're just
I
average.
sound like first off, I sound like I'm a master dater who knows exactly what to do. But honestly, I have way less experience than a lot of people. I only ever had one relationship.
I mean, that's just like you're just speaking from your experience.
Yeah,
and it worked.
And
so
it
I get it. Like, if it worked for you before, then why wouldn't it work again?
Yeah, I guess so. But but otherwise, I actually don't have a lot of experience dating and whatnot. And obviously, I'm also not a very good communicator. Not that I would be bold enough. I'm not bold enough to do any moves.
Yes.
As you can see, there are situations where I think there were signs, but I kind of didn't.
Well, if I may ask, and you don't have to answer this if you don't want to, when you asked said person if you can kiss her, was that your very first kiss?
Yes, I believe that was. Yes, that was. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. That was because I wasn't sure. I mean, yeah. I mean, the signs were definitely there.
Yeah.
Because we were in bed and everything, so like it was kind of
that's a good sign too.
I guess that's generally a good sign. Maybe.
Yeah. I'm not an expert, but I think that's a good sign.
And I still ask, and you know what? And then it happened. So these are. I think they'd appreciate that. Maybe you want to try that. Maybe not during the pandemic though, where I don't think exchanging fluids is a good time to do that during the pandemic. But maybe after, you can ask them, hey, can I kiss you? And then they'll be like, wow, thank you for asking, John, but no.
How about you try that and you let me know how that works?
Okay, I'll tell you what happens in the trash chute, and then the garbage chute, and then
she's leaving the garbage chute.
Yeah,
you go in and like a gentleman, you ask her if you may have a kiss.
That's right, and then she'll tell me, well, my boyfriend and I are living in a suite like 306. So I don't think.
Sounds like personal experience right there.
Wow.
Damn.
Okay. Let's not get into this kind of. Well, let's not get into the nitty gritty of things now. Of this hypothetical situation, obviously.
Yeah, the hypothetical trash chute situation.
Yeah, that's right. But yes, you did say that there are certain times where something surprised you, like where you thought like a date is going really, really well.
Yes.
And turns out it didn't go well. Right. Turns out like you didn't have that connection that you thought you did.
I think so. Well, maybe it turns out like she didn't feel the same way as me, I would say.
Okay, yeah.
Because if I feel good about a date, then it's not like the next day I'm like, you know what? Maybe I was wrong about my feelings. So I feel like in that situation, maybe I'm just misreading the situation. It's really hard to say because it's not like I go back and ask them, hey, so what happened? I was wondering if you give me like a 5-star rating, on just see how I was as a date.
I don't think it hurts to ask for feedback though, right? Like if you're doing a job interview and you didn't get the job, you can always ask for interview feedback, right?
Yeah, I mean if they actually respond to me and say like they don't think it's gonna work out,
and usually it's just like
and I'm really like mystified, then I will, if I feel really strongly about that person, then I will ask for feedback.
Okay.
Unless
so you do ask for it.
Or sometimes they like just tell me directly too.
You should just give them a questionnaire and be like, how was John on the rating? Like, was John like a survey?
I know, right? If only we could all get surveys.
Yeah. And just be like, don't worry, this survey will be anonymous.
If only we could get post-date anonymous surveys.
Yeah, that's right.
But obviously with the people who ghost me, right? Like I'm not going to.
Yeah. You're not going to push for it, right?
Yeah. And sometimes too, they just, and like a feedback that I get is like, they just don't think we are compatible. It's not going to work out. And when they say it like that, I see it as they just don't feel it.
It's not the good. It's just not a right fit.
They're just not feeling it.
There's not much you can do. Sometimes there's no specific reason, right?
Yeah, they sometimes there's just no reason whatsoever, and they don't have to explain it either. Mm-hmm. So in that kind of situation, then I don't really see it as something on my end. It could be something on my end, I guess, but I don't think it's something that I can control because it's just a part of who I am.
Okay.
I think. So and then we're just not two people who are not compatible, or the chemistry is not there, and that's just that.
Which is unfortunate, really. Mm-hmm. And that is why. That's what I said. You gamble with your feelings.
With your feelings.
That's right.
Man, that's deep.
That is true.
I guess at the end of the day, we're all just gamblers.
It's just the average Asian boys podcast. It's just about gambling. Apparently,
Yeah.
just taking these, rolling that dice,
Yeah, there's just always a gambling sub-theme.
gambling with your feelings,
Gambling with life.
gambling addiction.
But I will say, though, actually, I do have a story about a person that I did feel very strongly about
Okay.
on a very first date.
Yeah.
And I was actually, after I came back from the date, I was really, I felt really excited about it.
Hold on a second. Tell me about this date. Like what? Like what happened?
Right. Sorry, I was getting ahead of myself.
Yeah.
Well, we met up for dinner,
Yeah.
and then we had a really nice time. It just felt like from like the moment she sat down, we were on the same page about everything. We had a connection.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to describe it really, but it's like we were finishing each other's thoughts. We both wanted to order like the same thing from the menu.
Oh,
she would say something before, like I would have a question to ask her, and she would say it before I even asked the questions.
Oh my gosh.
Like, have you ever experienced anything like that before?
I don't know about finishing each other's sentences though, but like I guess so. Yeah. No, I have
Something close.
I think I
something
have.
similar.
Yeah.
Like,
I have experienced
like
something.
within 5 minutes, you just felt like you had an instant connection.
Yeah, I do. I believe I've had something like that before.
Yeah.
But this is really, but I mean, for me, it's not within the dating context, right? Like for me, it's just like, oh, it's
Yeah.
just like a friend or coworker or whatever.
Sure. Okay.
Right. So it's more like, oh yeah, wow, this person's really cool. But this is like in the middle of a date. This is you're here for a purpose.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. And you guys the
we're
chemistry
getting-
is at an all-time high at the moment, which is very sweet. It's sugary sweet.
Well, it's just like, it just went from, it just like went to like from 0 to 100 like really, really fast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Those dates are the best dates.
And I don't mean like we were like looking at each other lovey-dovey or anything.
No, this
but
is even better.
Yeah, it's just like we
prefer
had like, I really don't know how to say it. It just felt like for the first time, for the first time I had an instant connection with somebody, and I've never felt that with anyone else from just meeting them for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, usually when I meet someone for the first time, it's just, hey, let's try to see if we have anything in common, and let's see if we enjoy hanging out with each other.
Yeah.
And with this person, it was just like, first 10 minutes, like, all right, boom, we're like, this is going to be a good date.
Yeah. And then what did you all do afterwards? Was it just for dinner?
Yeah, so we had dinner, and we just we had a really nice conversation about some fun stuff, and also but some like really serious stuff as well. I felt like we were very, it also felt like we were just very open and honest with each other, which was also like another good sign.
So you went
I
deep
think.
into the conversation. It's like deep topics, deep subjects.
Yeah, stuff that you normally don't talk about on a first date, I guess.
Yeah.
Like we talked about like our past relationships, our lingering issues from the past. Well, I did anyways.
Yeah.
And she didn't run away, so also really good. And we just made each other laugh, which was like a big thing for me.
Oh, of course.
Because I'm very attracted to people who can make me laugh, like very hard.
Mm-hmm.
It just makes me feel like laughing without like a very unconstrained laugh. Just
effortless kind of, like effortless and
like
just
I was
brings
like
up the
I was having a blast
listening
to her stories.
yeah,
and her jokes and everything, and she thought I was funny too. So yeah, everything was just going really well. And then after the date, we went on a very, very long walk.
Okay.
We basically walked down this long stretch of road. It was dark. It was kind of in the middle of nowhere. Like it was so dark, we couldn't see if we were gonna like step on mud or the sidewalk.
Adventure.
It was pretty dark.
Yeah.
And then I feel like that takes a certain level of, I guess, trust and comfort for a girl to be like, hey, let's just go on a walk with this guy in the middle of like nowhere for like an hour. So yeah, I just felt like that was, a really good sign.
Yeah. Wow, no, it seemed like a really good date. I remember when you told me about it right afterwards, or you texted You texted us, and then you were very excited about it. I'm like, wow, this is.
I was very excited.
Someone that really stood out amongst
I was ready to delete all
people.
the apps and everything. You know, I'm like, that's it. I'm done. I'm done searching.
And then what happened?
Well, I asked her out on a second date, and initially she said yes. And then after a few days, she took some time to think about it, and I think she realized that we were not going to be a fit for each other because we're at different stages of our life.
Meaning?
I think the way she saw it is I'm just at the stage where I just moved out and I'm starting to get my independence and really figure things out, you know, as a man. I don't know. And I guess she just feels like we're just not on the same page, the same level.
Right.
Yeah. Actually, like that's what she said. I think she said that I should try to look for someone who would consider me to be an equal. So obviously she did not consider me to be an equal.
Because she's moved out longer than you have?
I guess so. Yeah. And I think she's like a more driven person. I think she is looking for someone who is also driven. And ambitious.
So you don't think you're ambitious or driven?
No, really? I'm not.
Even though
I'm very lucky. I'm very what's that word again? Lucky go happy?
Lucky
carefree?
Lucky happy go lucky.
Happy happy go
happy.
lucky. Oh my gosh, that's embarrassing. I'm very happy go lucky and very go with the flow.
You can still be happy go lucky and still be driven too, right? Can't you be?
Sure, you can.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't describe myself as that.
But I mean, we're sitting in your apartment that you bought. Like you're not moving out just for renting or anything. Like I bought this place. You bought this place.
I did.
It sounds. I don't know. It feels like there's direction in your life. No, like there's a direction in the fact that you're a mortgage paying person right now.
I mean, right? I would say like overall, I have my shit together. I'm not a disaster.
You have your shit together.
But it's not like I had planned. It's not like there was like a 10-step plan on how to buy a place, you know? Like, honestly, to me, it's just like, it just kind of happened. Now, obviously, I did things I made decisions in my life that helped lead to this, right?
Yeah.
But like, I stayed at home until I was 31. And that's how I saved up money to buy a place.
Yeah, which is fine, but I feel like
it's not. But it's not like I was driven or I had a goal or like the ambition to buy a place.
You own an apartment in the middle of the most expensive, one of the top 3 most expensive places to live in the world. I mean, if that's
whoa, they don't need to know that. People don't need to know that. It's okay. It's okay.
No, I'm just saying that I don't know if that's not direction. I think that's. I mean, I don't think moving out at a certain age really matters. I mean, if technically you could have moved out if you were living, let's say in Quebec or something, you would have been able to get your own place a lot quicker and stuff. It's just financial. Like here in Vancouver, it's crazy. Like I don't own an apartment. I'm still renting.
Yeah.
I think a majority of people our age right now. It depends on the situation. It depends on the context, I think, too, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm perfectly, I totally understand, and I'm very aware that I am extremely fortunate to own a place.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
Extremely fortunate.
I'm just saying. Wait, does this person know that you own a place?
No. Maybe I should have told her.
So you see this, John? Oh, man.
I told her I moved out, okay? I thought that was good enough.
No, that is not. It's a huge difference. I think it's a huge difference.
I didn't want that to be I did not want that to be like a determining factor.
I know, but I don't think I think at the top of the podcast, you did say that you undersell yourself. I think you undersell yourself too much. I really do. I really do.
I mean, I just didn't want a person's attraction to me to be determined.
No, obviously you don't want to.
I own a place.
You don't want to flex here, but this somehow happened to be the reason why she didn't want to date you. Right? Do you honestly feel? Okay, it's gonna be a hard question. Okay, so
sure.
You should be ready for it. Do you honestly feel that is the sole reason why she doesn't want a second date, or do you think there's a different reason, or this is like an easier out, or do you think this right here is the whole reason why she doesn't want to continue a second date?
Well, like I said, like the reason that she didn't want a second date was because she felt like in the long run we were not going to work out, right? It felt like the impression I got was she did like me as well, and she returned the feelings that I had for her.
Yeah.
But she realized that in the grand scheme of things, I did not fit in the picture, and she didn't want to lead me on.
Right.
So I think, in a
Because
twisted way, she did the best thing that she could have done for me, which was to break things off before things went any further than that.
Fair enough. No, I definitely respect.
Which is
like,
hard.
obviously
It's fucking hard and very responsible of her.
It is.
Like,
it is very responsible
like,
for her. Yeah.
Like it was really hard for me to digest that, but I think she tried to do what was best too for the both of us.
But I feel like she doesn't have all the information that she should have to make this.
Maybe not. I mean, I would have liked it if she gave me a second chance, honestly.
Yeah. Okay, so we did talk about this a little bit earlier, before this podcast. And I did suggest to you to clarify things with her. Again, like I told you that you can talk to her and just be like, and just say, I completely respect your decision, but I feel like maybe there's some things that I should clarify. I'm not completely clueless about where I want to go in life. I'm not completely not ambitious. I think you do have some sort of direction, but you're kind of
not really. Not really.
Really?
I'm just being honest here.
I know.
Like, if you ask me what my 5-year plan is, I'm like, not lose my place. I don't know. Scratch ass. Honestly, and I think that's, and like I'm aware of this. I'm aware of this. I'm not gonna say it's a problem, because I think that's just part of me. But I'm aware that to some people, this is an issue, and I feel like the way I feel about it is, I can't work on this issue for the sake of someone else. I have to do it for myself.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. No, you never want to work it for somebody else. But I'm just saying that. I worry that you might have because you've undersold yourself during that date, and that is the impression that she has of you. But in reality, I feel like it's not. You know what I mean? I feel like you should
she has the wrong impression.
Yeah, I think you should give yourself a little bit more credit. And I think maybe that little bit more credit, if she believes that that's the reason why, I think that credit that you give yourself may be enough to tip the scales. But like I said, I don't know. Of course, I don't know the situation. I don't know her. Yeah. And so, I'm just thinking, I thought it was worth it to text her back and let her know just these things. Obviously, she may still say no. Maybe it's still not enough, which is fine. It's totally okay. It's her decision, right?
Yeah.
But I think she was so special in a sense that, how you felt, like how you feel. Like, I've never seen you. I apologize to all the previous dates who has ever dated John in the past, but I've never seen you.
It's okay. No one's ever gonna watch this podcast.
No one's listening to this podcast, right? But I've never seen you so excited about somebody ever.
Yeah.
Except for this person here. Yeah. And I don't know. I think it was worth it to let her know that, like, hey, I think you're very, very special, and I think that you're worth it to give that last shot, and to also tell her, like, this isn't. I'm not defending myself. This isn't like a bruised ego thing. I'm happy that I completely understand that after hearing this, you still don't want to go on a second date. That's perfectly fine. That's 100% okay. I would just let you know you're very special, and I want to put in that last effort because I really like you. You don't want to sound too crazy, but it's just like, I really like, who you are. I really want to get to know you better. You should have done it, John. I think you should. You can still do it, I think. I think you still can.
I don't know, man.
Stay tuned, everybody. Next podcast episode, maybe John. No, I'm kidding. It's up to you. But I'm just saying, at the end of the animated version of Mulan, when Mulan saved the emperor, okay, from I forgot what his name was.
The leader of the Huns.
Yeah. The feet, the Huns. There you go. Yeah. Shan Yu. It doesn't matter.
Shang-Chi?
No. I thought it was Shan Yu, or maybe that's the captain. Maybe that's her love interest. It doesn't matter. You know what? Doesn't matter. She defeats him, okay? And then later on, the emperor bows to Mulan, right?
Okay.
And then I believe the emperor tells either the captain or the advisor, a girl like that comes only every dynasty, you know?
Right.
This girl here, I felt like it was one of those girls that comes in every dynasty for you, I think, you know? Am I wrong, though? Am I wrong?
I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. Like I said, like I've never seen you so excited. And I think that if there's somebody out there who's single, who you went on a date with and you really, really liked her, and I think that if you feel that there may have been some kind of misunderstanding, you feel that there's something that she wasn't too clear about, I think it's worth just texting her. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? She rejects you again. That's fine. I think that's fine.
I mean, normally I don't have a problem with being rejected.
Yeah. Precisely,
but I don't know. This one hits different.
Obviously,
this one hits differently.
She's special.
I don't know if I can take a second rejection
because
like, I honestly don't know if I can take a second rejection.
That's okay.
This time. Like
that's fine. That's all right. That just speaks to how
I just don't know how I just don't know how there's like a good way that I could go about doing that. You know, like taking another shot at it.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, you can,
but also it's kind of awkward because I was like after she messaged me, I was like, hey, you know, like I really like you and I had a great time and I just want to wish you all the best and I hope you find a great guy. Which is true. Like I want what's best for her.
Yeah.
But I felt like I've said my piece, you know.
Right.
And then it would just be super awkward to go back and say, I object.
Yeah, that's right. Like Phoenix Wright. Hold it. Hold it. Hold on a second. Stop the presses.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Or it's like in a wedding. It's like if anyone has any objections, say it now, you know, and you burst through the door and you're like, I object.
I mean,
I feel like I've said my piece and I'm, you know, I don't know. I feel like I just want to move on now.
I mean, no, that's completely up to you. Like, I don't want to make you uncomfortable or feel more hurt, but I'm just saying, like, I mean, obviously there's gonna be more Mulans in your life, for sure. It's just, it just sucks. I feel for you. I feel for you. I was excited when you were excited when you texted us about finding that girl that made you feel great, you know, made you feel happy, and I was rooting for you, but I was also very crushed when I heard that, you know, it didn't work out. And I was just like, so for me, I obviously, as a believer in love, you know,
believer in gambling with your love,
believer in gambling, I just feel that this one might be worth a double down, you know, for using gambling terms.
I feel like I had doubled down and now I'm like reaching into my wallet for like money that I don't have. That's what it feels like. I'm spent.
Fair enough.
I am emotionally spent.
Fair enough. So now what? You wait for the next day and go for the ATM, right? Wait for the new day?
Yeah. Hey, you want to go on a date to the casino?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And my life has no direction. We're directing to the casino right now.
Yeah. Like we said in the casino gambling addiction episode, we are recovered.
Yeah, no,
addicts.
We are recovered.
That's right.
Gambling addiction.
You might not sound like it, but
gambling addiction is a serious thing and it ruins lives. That's right. And you should always know your limit and play within it.
That's right.
That's what we're saying.
I have taken 11 out of the 12-step program.
Yeah. So
I don't actually know what the 12 steps are.
But gambling with your feelings, you know, that's a big gamble too.
I mean, that's what makes it so, you know, that's what makes love so powerful, you know. It's because you're gambling with your feelings.
That's fair. I have a question. When you do, let's say in a few months, you do start being more quote unquote driven.
Okay, sure. I don't like where this is going, but okay.
Will you text her again? And you're single and you've been on a bunch of dates and you don't feel the same way that you did with that person. Would you text her again?
I feel like if I had more stuff going on with my life, you know,
right.
I'm in a better spot than I am right now. Like I'm in a good spot, but
yeah.
I feel like if I can look back and say, hey, you know, I'm in a better spot than I was even just like a year or a few months ago,
Okay.
then maybe I'd give her another shot.
Define better spot. You know what better spot is for most people our age?
What?
Buying an apartment. That's the best spot, my friend. Okay?
Oh.
In Vancouver, that's the best spot.
Oh.
Okay. I mean, so what more do you want? Upgrade to Vancouver Special or upgrade to a mansion, and then maybe
Well, I mean, like maybe if I was in a better spot with my
CEO?
career,
Be a CEO?
Got a long way to go in terms of career.
fair enough. I guess.
Careers.
I guess. So you would message her again,
I'd think about it.
and then what would you say? You'd be like, hey, I got, I'm in a better spot.
Hump me.
Guaranteed.
No.
Guaranteed. 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 If you didn't feel ambiguous about that rejection now.
For the audio only listeners, I was pretending to hold up a neon sign. By the way,
that's right.
I-
Whenever we say "hump me,"
Yeah. Yes. I forget we have sometimes we have audio only listeners
That's
too,
right,
and I
that's
forget
right.
that they can't see us pretending to hold up the neon sign.
right.
so-
Available on all your favorite platforms: Spotify, Google Podcasts.
Yeah. As
Apple,
soon
iTunes.
as Ray gets on it.
Yeah, I will be getting on it. I mean, by the time we produce this episode, it's on there. It's on there. Trust me.
All right. Yeah. We'll see.
Please leave us 5 stars. That's what I'm hoping for. But-
Okay. Anyways, going back to yes, if I was to reach out to her again, and I feel like I am in a better spot with my life, like I don't know, maybe I'm more independent, maybe I have figured out what drives me and gives me purpose in life, all that stuff. I guess I would message her and tell her that, like I still remember her from like the one date that we went on, and I felt we had a very special connection, and I wanted to give it another shot, as if she's like still single, of course. And
That's sweet.
yeah,
That's
and I would make a note that if she is not currently single, then just feel free to disregard the message.
Oh yeah. I mean,
But
if she
I-
said
I-
yes, that's a red flag. If she was, and then she said yes, that's I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? I don't know. Who knows?
Who knows? No, that's fair enough. Who knows?
But I think that whole situation has, I guess, really made me do some self-reflection.
Yeah. What have you learned?
About kind of why I don't have a purpose or drive. I feel like I don't have I don't wake up with a purpose, to be like, yeah, let's go conquer the world and like make the most out of the day and just be the best person that I am.
It's kind of hard in the
I
middle of a
wish,
pandemic, though.
I wish I was that person, and like I know people who are like that, every day they wake up and they strive to be the best version of themselves, and I look up to those people so much.
Yeah.
But whatever drive in me I had in my younger days, it's just been like, I don't know, beaten out of me. And I don't want to go too deep here, but I feel like I just have issues, I have a lot of issues. And
I don't think not seizing the day every day means you have a lot of issues, though. I think you do pretty well for yourself. I mean, the fact that we had takeout sushi earlier, and the fact that you brought out some dishes, even though we had takeout boxes.
I mean, look, like I said,
That's pretty good to me.
Like, don't get me wrong, I'm in a very happy place in my life right
Exactly.
now. But that's kind of what contributes to, I feel like that's kind of what contributes to me not striving to better myself, I think.
Because you're
I'm
content where you are.
I'm content. I'm very happy. This is gonna.
But that's not a bad thing, though. That's not an issue, right?
Okay, I'll just dive. I'll dive in a little into
Okay.
some of my issues. Okay.
Okay.
When I was 20, okay, I was a sad and lonely kid.
Okay.
I remember that I didn't have anyone to invite out on my 20th birthday.
Okay.
Like I went on my 20th birthday, I went to a bar and I drank alone by myself. And that was it. And I remember the one thing that I dreamed about, that I desperately wanted, and that I never thought that I would achieve, is to have, you know, a great group of friends in my life. Like not so much the quantity, but
quality.
Like, you know, some great quality friends who will always have my back and who will always be there for me.
Of course.
Like that's all I ever dreamed of, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm very happy that I've got that, I think.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
And you know, it's honestly, it's exceeded like every expectation that I had for myself. Like I've got a great group of friends and I have, you know, a wonderful and meaningful connection with a lot of people. I had a friend that I met just from work, and we only knew each other for a few years, and then I ended up going to her wedding. You know?
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, I can, you know, I have the ability to make strong connections like that with people.
Right. Yeah, you do. You are a very personable, approachable, and fun guy.
Yeah. But I wasn't always like that.
Fair.
And so I guess, you know, in my 20s, that was like the one thing that drove me, was to try to be as, I guess, personable and as sociable as I can be, because, you know, I never want to go back to that moment on my 20th birthday when I was drinking alone at a bar.
Right.
And that is like, I guess that's like my deepest and darkest fear, you know, like I got no friends.
You don't have to worry about that now. I mean, you got your girlfriend, you got me, you got us, you know.
But like the thing is, so like that was what drove me, I guess, and gave me purpose in my 20s, was to try to get as far away from that moment as I can. And it's like, now that I'm in this moment, I'm in a great place, I've got everything I ever wanted. It's like, what's the next step? Who knows? And I think that's
totally okay though, right? That is okay. We can agree on that, right? That the fact that you're happy where you are, that you're content, you have people in your life, and you're happy, and you're, you know, that's okay, right? That's not issues.
Oh no, I think it's great.
Okay. Like, okay, good that you know this, right? Like, yeah. Some people.
Yeah, no, I'm not beating myself up for not having like ambition or
That's
whatever.
That's right. Because sometimes people spend their entire lives chasing for something, and they realize that, you know, they're not content with what they have. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's an issue. That can be an issue. Right.
But I'm just saying, like, you know, some people might look at me and be like, oh, this guy is just very laid back and go with the flow. He's not really trying to better himself, I guess. I mean, I like to think that I am, but I'm not trying to achieve lofty goals, I guess. And, you know, so for some people, they, you know, that's just not who they want as a partner. And I can totally understand that.
Yeah, I totally get that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fair. I mean, it's not definitely, you know, there's nobody to blame in the situation. Sometimes it's not a right fit, right? She wants something that you may not necessarily have, and I mean, that's totally okay. That's totally fine. It just sucks that it didn't work out because of how much you felt for this person.
It really sucked.
You know, yeah.
Yeah.
Man. Wow. Sorry to end on a downer note. God. But, you know, on the bright side.
I don't think we're ending on a downer note. Like, I just said I'm really happy with where I am in life right now.
Yeah, I guess so. I know.
What part of that was a downer?
Oh, the fact that, you know, it just didn't work out, which is I feel bad for you.
That's just the dating game, you know?
That is the dating game.
You're going to have moments like that.
This is why I'm a little too scared to dip my toe in the water, you know?
You're scared to gamble with your feelings.
I am a little scared.
It's a very scary
gambled so much. Yeah, that's right. It's hard. It's hard to put those chips down, you know?
It really is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Because I guess at the end of the day, the question is, are you afraid to get hurt? And can you stand back up after getting your ass beaten to the ground?
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
And it's not easy. You
But
know?
no, but hey, but you are courageous enough to do it, and that's I applaud you for that.
I'm still standing.
You're still standing. You got the thick skin, which is great, which is very much needed when you're going out in the dating world for sure.
Oh,
That's why I only kind of limit myself to the trash shoot. that's like, you know. For those who just tuned in later on, it's not like I'm, you have to listen to the earlier part of the podcast, not later, because it just sounds like I'm just looking for trash people. No, I'm not swimming. I'm not looking into the trash dump.
I'm really looking forward to the episode where you finally meet someone in the trash chute and you talk about like how you met and like everything, the love story at the trash chute.
Yeah, that's
coming
right.
soon to you on Korean Broadcasting Channel.
That's right. Oh boy. Well, I think we are pretty much up at the end of our time. John, do you have any shout outs, recommendations, something interesting that you read that you want to just like recently that you want to read out to people?
Oh yes, that's right. So apparently we have one Irish viewer of our podcast.
Our YouTube channel podcast.
I have no idea why, but I want to give a shout out to Blaze Plays from Ireland.
What did he say in the comments?
He says, "Love the podcast. I'm Irish, by the way, but not Asian Irish," which is a reference to one of our episodes.
Yeah.
"I'll definitely be here if you are going to make another podcast." Well, Blaze Plays, you made our day with that comment.
You did.
We have no idea why you are watching our podcast.
Or even how you found it in the first place.
Yeah, but thank you so much. And
Thank you.
I just want to frame your comment on a wall somewhere. Like honestly, you have no idea. It made our days.
It did.
Thank
It really
you so
did.
much.
So
Once again, shout out to Blaze Plays from Ireland.
thank you, Blaze Plays. I think there's a couple X's in there too, right?
Yeah,
XX,
a couple
Blaze Plays, XXX.
couple Zs,
Zeds, right? Zeds. I saw. Yes.
Yeah.
So thank you.
And on that note, thank you for tuning in to the Average Asian Boys podcast. My name is John,
My name is Ray.
and we will see you next time.
Yes. See you next time. Bye bye now.